What if chasing what you want is exactly what's keeping it away from you? We grow up hearing that if you want something, you have to hustle for it. Work hard, sacrifice, push yourself to the limit. But what if that constant struggle is actually the very thing blocking the flow? There's another way to manifest, one that doesn't involve anxiety, pressure, or burnout. A way that comes from awareness, not effort. Today, you're going to discover the secret of effortless quantum manifestation. And it begins the moment you stop chasing and start attracting. If that already struck a chord with you, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. That way you won't miss the next video. Always deep, clear, and right on time. For a long time, we've been taught that life only rewards the fighter. That abundance must be earned with sweat. That happiness comes after battles. But what if that belief is the real illusion? What if the biggest block isn't outside of you, but inside? In the very frequency of chasing. On a quantum level, everything is energy. And when you're chasing something, what you're really saying is, I don't have it yet. That's the energy of lack. And that energy turns into a magnet that pulls in more lack. The universe doesn't respond to how hard you work. It responds to how you feel. Think about the anxiety that comes from constantly pursuing something, the fear of it not working out, the frustration of delays, that exhausting feeling of always being one step behind. All of that creates resistance. It's like trying to pull something toward you while pushing it away at the same time. Quantum manifestation goes beyond the popular law of attraction. It's not just about like attracts like. It's about recognizing that reality is fluid, a field of infinite possibilities that respond to your internal frequency. In other words, what you feel shapes what you see, and your conscious attention, your beliefs, your emotions, your intention, has the power to shift everything. The secret comes down to three simple yet powerful principles. Be, feel, allow. Being is the first step. It's not about wanting something. It's about becoming someone. Who are you in the version of your life you dream of? How do you think? How do you feel? How do you act? When you embody that version of yourself, your core frequency shifts, and matching experiences start to find you. Being abundant doesn't mean having money. It means thinking like someone who already lives in abundance. Being loved doesn't mean needing someone else. It means living from love in your thoughts, your presence, your choices. Manifesting isn't about getting something outside of you. It's about unlocking what's already inside. Feeling is the second step. Thinking alone is still surface level. What truly moves the universe is what you feel. Joy, gratitude, peace, that quiet excitement of already living the life you want. Those are the frequencies that change everything. Elevated emotions are the currency of the quantum field. The longer you hold that vibration, the faster reality starts to shift. It's not just about imagining. It's about feeling it in every part of your body, as if it's already real. When the emotion of now becomes stronger than the absence of it, your frequency changes, and what once felt far away begins moving toward you. The work isn't in forcing the future, it's in keeping the emotion alive. Once you've embodied being and feeling, the third step is allowing. And honestly, this may be the hardest part. Allowing means letting go of control, releasing the need to decide how and when things must happen. It means stepping back from micromanaging the process and trusting that a greater intelligence is handling the details. When you allow, you make space for the invisible to work on your behalf. Doubt, fear, and urgency block the flow. Surrender, trust, and patience open it. Allowing is the opposite of chasing. It's taking a deep breath and remembering what's meant for you is already on its way. You don't have to push. Now that you understand the three pillars, be, feel, and allow, it's time to put them into practice. There are simple tools that can help you align your energy with what you want to attract. The first is meditation. It quiets the mind and raises your vibration. Instead of forcing mental images, just breathe and feel what it would be like to live that desired reality. Feel the gratitude, the peace, the ease. Let those sensations fill your body. That's how you shift your energetic field. Another powerful tool is a gratitude journal. Every day, write down 5 things you're thankful for. as if they're already real. For example, I'm grateful for my vibrant health. I'm grateful for the financial freedom flowing easily to me. This reinforces your new identity and amplifies the right emotional frequency. You can also use affirmations, but say them with feeling and truth. Speak them out loud. I'm a magnet for prosperity. I attract ease and abundance. What matters most isn't the words themselves. It's the emotion behind them. That emotion fuels the signal you send out. When visualizing, involve all your senses. See the details, hear the sounds, smell the air, feel the textures, taste the life you want, as if you're already in it. The more real it feels on the inside, the closer it becomes on the outside. And finally, learn to tell the difference between inspired action and forced action. Inspired action feels light. It's a natural impulse, a quiet idea that just clicks. Forced action comes from anxiety, from trying to control the timing or the outcome. Trust the impulses that feel right without pressure. They're often the ones that open invisible doors. Even with the best intentions, we can still run into blocks on the path to effortless manifestation. And the two biggest ones are resistance and doubt. What's tricky is that they don't always show up in obvious ways. Sometimes you're meditating, visualizing, doing the work, but deep down, there's still tension, a quiet expectation, a subtle anxiety, and that alone is a sign that something's disrupting the flow. Resistance often wears the mask of control. It's when the mind insists on deciding exactly how things should unfold, in what order, at what time, through which path. But the truth is, the universe doesn't follow mental commands. It responds to your energy. And the energy of control is tight, heavy, based in fear. It's an attempt to force what was meant to flow. When you're attached to the how, you end up limiting the universe's creativity. You keep trying to push open a door, not realizing there's an open portal right next to it. The solution? Trust. Trust that you're co-creating with an intelligence far greater than your logical mind. The more you surrender, the more the universe surprises you. But resistance can also be rooted in something more hidden, your subconscious beliefs. What you truly think about yourself, what you believe you deserve. Sometimes you say you want something, but deep down you feel unworthy, or like it's too hard, or too far away. And those quiet beliefs act like reversed magnets, pushing away the very thing you claim to want. Carl Jung said, until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate. That's exactly what happens when we don't look within. The unconscious takes the wheel, and we blame the universe, when the real issue is the frequency we're broadcasting without realizing it. That's why self-awareness is such a powerful practice. When you start noticing your automatic reactions, your internal stories, your subtle emotional patterns, you regain choice, and with choice comes freedom. That's the moment the flow begins to return. Doubt is another disguised saboteur. It creeps in with a calm, rational voice. What if this doesn't work? What if I'm fooling myself? It tries to protect you from disappointment, but without meaning to, it blocks you from accessing what can only be reached through trust. Doubt is the opposite of allowing. It closes doors that were about to open. It muddies the signal you're sending out, like tuning into two radio stations at once. The message gets fuzzy, and the universe, which responds with precision, can't deliver what's unclear. When doubt shows up, and it will, don't fight it. Don't try to silence it. Just notice it. See it for what it is. Feel it, but don't attach to it. You are not your thoughts. You are the one who chooses which thoughts to believe. And at any moment, you can swap doubt for certainty, fear for faith, tension for surrender. Jung also said, what you resist persists. So instead of resisting, soften, breathe, and return to gratitude, to the feeling of already having, to the calm knowing that you're not doing this alone. Because when you truly understand this process, when you stop chasing and start allowing, something inside you changes, not just in the outcomes you manifest, but in the way you live. Things begin to happen with less force. You stop wasting energy trying to control. You start sensing the right moments to act. And when you act, it feels light. Your relationships shift because when you vibrate with self-worth, you attract relationships that reflect that back. Your career starts flowing, not because you're chasing approval, but because you're operating from purpose. New doors open. Opportunities come from places you didn't expect, because your energy is clearer, more honest, more open. Even your health transforms, because the body responds when you stop living in survival mode. It relaxes, it rebalances, it begins to reflect the inner peace you've been cultivating. Life, which once felt heavy, becomes a dance. You move with the universe, not against it. You begin to realize that abundance isn't something you earn. It's a mirror of your inner state. And when you align with that truth, something beautiful happens. You become a living example, a quiet reminder that yes, it is possible to live with more ease. Yes, it is possible to manifest with clarity. And yes, you can too. To understand how effortless manifestation truly works, you need to look deeper into the connection between your mind, your body, and most of all, your heart. Modern science, through fields like neurocardiology, is starting to confirm what ancient traditions have known all along. The heart isn't just a pump that moves blood, it's an intelligent, sensitive center that's deeply connected to the energy field around you. In fact, your heart generates the largest electromagnetic field in the body, far greater than the brain. That field extends beyond your skin, interacting with the space around you, and with the quantum field of infinite possibilities. When you're in heart coherence, when your thoughts, emotions, and breath move in harmony, your heart's field becomes more powerful, more focused, and that's when your ability to attract multiplies. You reach this state of coherence by genuinely feeling elevated emotions: gratitude, love, appreciation, compassion. Real feelings, felt in the now. When these emotions take over your body, your heart shifts its rhythm, it becomes balanced, and that balance transforms your electromagnetic field into a powerful transmitter. That's why feeling is so essential, because it's your emotion, not just your thought, that communicates with the universe. Practices like heart-focused breathing, gratitude meditation, and emotionally charged visualization are simple, yet incredibly effective. When you close your eyes, breathe deeply, and focus your attention on the area around your heart while feeling true appreciation, something changes. You activate a center of emotional intelligence that amplifies your intention. And in that state, attracting becomes natural. But the universe doesn't just listen to you, it also speaks back. And one of the clearest ways it speaks is through your intuition, that quiet voice inside you that doesn't shout, it whispers. Intuition is like an inner compass, a knowing that bypasses logic and comes straight from the soul. It might show up as a gut feeling, a sudden idea, a subtle nudge to take a different path or speak to a certain person. But so often when we're trying to control everything, we ignore that voice. We stick to the mind's plan, even when the body already knows it's not aligned. And then there are the signs, those small coincidences that aren't coincidences at all. A book that falls into your lap, a number you keep seeing, a message that shows up out of nowhere, an unexpected meeting. These are quiet signals from the universe saying, you're on the right track. Keep going. Pay attention. These signs don't scream, they whisper, and to hear them, you have to be present. The more grounded you are in the now, the clearer that communication becomes. The more you breathe, slow down, and observe, the stronger your intuition gets. Trust it, even when it doesn't make logical sense, even when it feels strange. It knows. It sees more than you think. The universe is always working in your favor, and intuition is your most direct line to that intelligence. And within this flow, there's one essential step: letting go. One of the simplest ideas to understand, and one of the hardest to practice. Letting go doesn't mean giving up. It doesn't mean you don't care. It means releasing control, stepping back from trying to plan every detail. It means trusting that once you plant the seed and nourish it with real emotion, it will grow. Even if it doesn't bloom exactly how you imagine. Attachment creates resistance. It creates tension. It stops energy from moving. Because when you're attached to a specific outcome, You're vibrating in neediness, in lack, in the anxious energy of not having. Letting go, on the other hand, is pure trust. It's surrender. It's telling the universe, I've done my part. Now it's your turn. It's an act of faith, and that faith must be nurtured every day. Through gratitude, through presence, through intention. When doubt shows up, return to gratitude. When fear creeps in, return to the now. When your mind starts demanding proof, take a breath and remember, you are not alone. The universe is already responding, even if you can't see it yet. A powerful practice is to visualize your desire, feel the emotion of already having it, and then let it go. That's it. Imagine releasing your desire like a balloon, letting it float away, light, effortless, free, straight into the hands of the universe, knowing it's being handled and that it will return to you, transformed at exactly the right time. The universe doesn't need your effort, it needs your permission. Effortless manifestation isn't just a personal path, it creates a ripple effect. When you shift your frequency, everything around you begins to shift too. Your energy expands, and that energy impacts your environment, your relationships, even the collective consciousness. When you raise your vibration and begin to attract with ease, you become a living signal that there is another way to live. Your peace becomes contagious. Your joy starts to touch everyone around you. And without even saying a word, you begin to inspire. Because when someone sees you living with purpose, with truth, without the need to struggle, something inside them wakes up too. You become living proof that effort isn't a requirement for success, that happiness isn't waiting at the end of the road. It lives in the energy you carry right now. And more than that, when you align with love, gratitude, and abundance, you don't just transform your own reality, you uplift the vibration of the planet. Every person who awakens, who releases fear and chooses to trust, contributes energy to that collective field. And that creates a virtuous cycle of expansion, a field where others can access this new frequency more easily too. Manifesting with ease is not selfish. It's a form of service. When you become your highest self, you invite the world to do the same. You become a point of light, a beacon, a quiet reminder that yes, it's possible to live with more flow, more soul, more meaning. You become a catalyst for transformation. And that is so much bigger than you. Effortless manifestation is not a finish line. It's a lifestyle, a continuous path. As you embody the pillars of being, feeling, and allowing, life begins to reorganize itself. Manifestations flow, desires unfold, and each fulfilled dream makes space for something even deeper. You become more and more a master of your frequency, your intention, your creation. Of course, there will be days when you fall back into old habits, when doubt knocks at the door, when your old frequency tries to take over again, and that's okay. What matters is your ability to return, to breathe, to witness, to remember who you're choosing to be. Come back to gratitude, to meditation, to visualization, to the silence of the heart. Trust that the universe is always responding to your highest vibration. Real power isn't about controlling what happens outside, it's about mastering what happens within. When you shift what you feel, what you think, what you believe, your world shifts too. Life doesn't happen to you, it happens through you. You are the channel, you are the field, you are the creator of your own reality. So now I invite you to choose this new way of living. Stop chasing what you want. Start becoming what you want. Stop fighting the current. Start flowing with it. Stop doubting. Start trusting. Your reality is already forming. It's just waiting on your yes. The secret isn't effort, it's permission. Allow the magic to unfold. Allow abundance to flow. Allow your new reality to begin. Now. And if this message resonated with you in any way, take a moment to subscribe to the channel. That way you won't miss any upcoming videos, and you'll help this message reach more people who need it. Let's raise the frequency together.